Now tell me what makes these two characters unique from one another.
So aside from the weapon sets, we do see that Lucian has blasters and katars, and then on the other side, Bodvar has sword and hammer, but they also have different stat lines. We've talked about the stats a little bit, where some characters have a little bit more force and some characters have a little bit more movement speed. We see Lucian's kind of one of those min-max characters. His stats go 4, 5, 6, 7, which is to say he goes 4 strength, 5 dex, 6 in the defense, and then 7 in the movement speed. This is when he goes into that strength stance.
Yes.
He has base 3 strength.
Which is what Boomie likes to do.
And then on the other side, Bodvar, he's kind of one of the more middle of the roads. I think it's 5, 5, 6, 6, something like that. But overall, his stats kind of trend towards that middle line of 5s.
And with those middle-of-the-road stats, you're not going to see any huge extremes, but you're also not going to see any major deficits. So there's no one category or area that Lilcapt is really going to struggle anything with. Everything is going to be average and middle of the road, and the way Lilcapt is able to use those things, he's able to almost get back to the wall here, and Boomie with a huge early kill. Look at how much damage he's taken. Look that it only took 30 seconds to pick that up.
That was quick, but Lilcapt gonna shake it off, come back into this. Boomie still trying to control the main stage. That's how generally you want to play Blackguard Keep, is control this main stage. The opponent can go to that soft platform on the left, but there is only a limited amount of time before you have to come back up and fight for this main stage. And Boomie's doing such a good job of completely controlling it.
But Lilcapt does have that hammer. Now, we saw quite a bit of sword, a little bit of sword earlier coming out from the previous players.
Recovery.
What hammer is going to have is maybe a little bit higher startup, but every move is going to have high hits. And with those higher startups, Boomie was able to find priority there on the edge. Even though hammer is going to have higher range, higher damage per hit, and higher force per hit, Boomie was able to use those low startup frames and those actually low force frames as well to stay very close to Lilcapt, almost getting the slide charge side sig, something that we didn't see a lot from him yesterday, but we've seen it quite a bit in the past, giving him very high kill potential.
Yeah, he was quite conservative with his signatures in the top 16 to top 8 matches that we saw, but now we're seeing him bring him out a little bit more.
Boomie's legit looking
here,
at a 3-stock right now.
Very
it is
real possibility.
very real. Stomp side here, though, coming out from Lilcapt. Is Boomie going to be able to get back? You talked about that 6 defense that Lucian can have that will pay dividends here, keeping Boomie alive in this. The 3-stock Dream is still in play here. That neutral air isn't able to kill. Boomie coming in with the down air. The side air from the middle of the stage from Lilcapt is going to take out Boomie, but Lilcapt is at such a huge deficit right now. That almost
died. Yeah, he almost died to the wake up from Boomie. Just the respawn
that's
into
gonna
recovery.
kill.
Yep,
that's a JV3. That was just a very casual, quick JV3 from Boomie here in winners semifinals at DreamHack Montreal on 144 Hertz.
Showing why Boomie is one of the favorites of this, but I don't know if you caught it. When we got to the player cams, he gave a big sigh of relief. I think Boomie is still a little bit nervous. He knows what's on the line here at DreamHack Montreal. This is the last LAN before the big event, before DreamHack Atlanta in Atlanta, Georgia, on November 16th through 18th. That is where it all culminates, and Boomie wants to show that he is going to have the biggest advantage going into that event.
Now, for those who might not know, we've talked about it a little bit this weekend so far, but it was past, I think, after Summer Championship when Power Rankings came out. Boomie wasn't ranked as highly as he thought either he deserved or that he wanted to be, and that really lit a fire under his butt so much, and he's since been on the grind. We talked about Crocky's grind. Boomie's grind has been really solid as well. He was always a 2s player. He's been that way for such a long time, but he didn't really focus on 1s as much, but you're seeing, again, strategic domination here on 1s in the most competitive stage that Brawlhalla has ever had, and he has such a lead on Lilcapt. Nice side signature, something that another Lucian player might struggle to find kills on here on Shipwreck with those really high kill boxes, but Boomie is able to find the signature with that increased force on that heavy attack compared to any of the light attacks in his hits. He's able to find it.
Boomie just looking like a repeat of game 1. There's that tech, that pivot in there. It moves him from the right to the left as he started it in the right direction. Boomie's got such great follow-ups off his blasters, but he's looking to pick up that weapon. Lilcapt's going to try to cover it to the best of his ability, but Boomie does get around it now. Lilcapt is in trouble. He's off stage, burning a lot.
Boomie going deep with that, but he pulls out. It seemed like it was just a little bit of a bait to kind of get the early recovery from out from Lilcapt. And again, huge 2-stock lead, 1 minute and 20 seconds into this game. That is next to no time. Definitely compared to the sort of pace that we saw from last game of Wrench versus Noel.
This is looking like a completely different set. Boomie is looking so incredibly strong. Lil Cap, again, has to try to deny the 3-stock from Boomie. The Nair's not going to have enough force on it. He tries to go for his patented spot dodge for the kill, but Boomie's ready for it. There's the stomp, side air, and a gravity cancel side heavy to celebrate that he didn't get 3-stocked, but Lil Cap is in a whole lot of trouble as we could see an effective JB3 again. Nope, Boomie's going to get tapped.
And you're still seeing Boomie initiate onto Lil Cap, even though Lil Cap has damage per hit. He also has a lot higher range compared to Boomie, but something Boomie will have is very low startup frames on the unarmed kit compared to the hammer. So you will see him actually go in unarmed against Lil Cap for just a few moments. He's not going to tunnel vision onto the weapon spawn, even though he does go for it, and he does have Katars here now. You're seeing him put out some serious damage, getting Lil Cap closer and closer to kill percent. Nice falling Nair into the side light. Try to get the side air, probably leading to a kill. Again, another falling Nair. If Lil Cap wants to be in the air, Boomie has no problem with that. If Lil Cap wants to be on the stage, Boomie has no problem with that. If Lil Cap wants to be on the edge, Boomie has no problem with that.
But he is going to have a problem with that. Bear Claw finishing off the stock. Lil Cap goes from about to be 3-stocked to potentially getting the turnaround. Just kidding. Down light into the gravity cancel. Neutral heavy from Boomie will finish it off. That is going to put us into game 3, and we see Lil Cap. He might be swapping. We hear the lock-in. Lil Cap is not on his bow bar.
That must have been Lil Cap's Hattori earlier because it was a green Hattori.
Okay.
And that was my confusion, is Lil Cap has always been a Bodvar player in the past, and Phazon has been a Hattori player definitely pretty heavily as of late. So I thought the Hattori might have been Phazon's, but also there was an Ada in the match, and Phazon used to be a Guns player. So I didn't know which character Phazon was. So this Hattori coming out from Lil Cap, I'm a little bit surprised at, but I mean, it makes sense. He struggled in both games. He started to find some comeback potential in game 2, and maybe this Hattori is going to give him even more comeback potential here.
He's looking a lot better.
He's bodying Boomie right now. He's straight up destroying him.
Keeping that edge guard going. Boomie still has yet to pick up a weapon. He doesn't care, though. He's looking for the unarmed kill onto Lil Cap. Lil Cap keeping that denial going. Has the spear. Immediately jumps on top of Boomie for the ground pound. Second one. Boomie is taking damage. Can Lil Cap get this? Can he have the advantage over Boomie? Down light recovery is going to kill. Lil Cap takes the lead over Boomie.
And that's where a lot of players, specifically in Brawlhalla, will have quite a few mains because the light attack with the same weapons will swap over. So he does have the carryover potential of Bodvar's sword over to Hattori. The heavy attacks, though, will be completely unique to each character. So when you swap to characters, you're not completely starting from the ground up. It's not a brand new character. There still is some overlap there. So you will see players maining multiple characters, and they're able to get up to speed so quickly.
Right, a lot of players end up maining their weapon more so than the characters, and you'll see some players, they like to stick to one or two. It'll be generally, you'll see North American players favor the sword, but we do see Boomie favoring the kill option. That's going to be the neutral signature that takes down Lil Cap. He's got the weapon control now. Center stage, Lil Cap does pick up the spear, but Boomie is right on top of him. The spear does not have the best stacked options. It lost its ability to use downlight stacked, so instead Lil Cap has to go for aerial options, the jump dare or the nair.
Tries to go with the weapon toss there. It does have a very large hitbox for whenever you throw that weapon. It's going to have that extremely long hitbox. It's just going to fall straight down or kind of go straight as a harpoon. Gets the nice D-light recovery. Still not going to be able to kill Hattori, having traditionally lower force, and I didn't catch what stance he put it in. A lot of Hattori players will play with defense, but some will also definitely go with strength as well. It's sort of just how the player wants to view, and we might see Lil Cap, if he's not going with strength now, he might go with it in the future. He's definitely doing a better job here. Boomie picking up the recovery, not quite going to kill yet. Probably 2 more recoveries will do it, but the D-light recovery right there and the gravity cancel side signature, we saw him do that on Bodvar.
That's a celebration.
And he carries that over to Hattori here, and Lil Cap actually has the lead here.
Goes from Lil Cap, does get the neutral, has Boomie off stage, but he goes for a jump there as Boomie was recovering low, was expecting him to recover a little bit higher, which is why he threw out that quick jump there. Boomie has to get a little bit more damage onto Lil Cap, like you were saying. He needs at least another recovery for the kill, but the nair is going to be the finisher for Boomie. And now we are down to final stocks. Lil Cap's on his upper bracket stock.
Now you saw the Sair coming out from Boomie there. That's what really sent Lil Cap flying on the edge. That's going to have a high variable force compared to Qatar's other moves. But when Boomie was completely stacked with Lil Cap, he didn't know which direction Lil Cap was going to be on. So he didn't want to commit one way or the other in a side air. Not only could he have missed, but he also could have been punished in that point. So he went for the Nair, which was going to have that kind of 360-degree hitbox and still had the kill potential necessary to take off that stock from Lil Cap. So good choice of option there coming out from Boomie.
The Nair has better stack properties than the Sair, but the Sair does have that force like you were talking about. Meanwhile, Lil Cap has the sword neutral at 5 frames of startup, means it comes out so incredibly fast, and he's using it to his advantage. Every time Boomie gets too close, that's another neutral light, 14 damage on each of them. Boomie doesn't get the neutral heavy. He's gone for that so many times. The downlight into the gravity cancel neutral heavy has been a consistent kill option. Lil Cap doesn't hit his neutral heavy, and both of them are so close to death.
It's last stock red for both of these players right now. Boomie is up 2 games in the set. This is Lil Cap wanting to keep his winner's bracket dream alive. Dodging right through the side stick. You see the punishment from Boomie, but low force coming out of Lucian, so that's not going to kill. Also Shipwreck with those really far away kill boxes. The side air coming out from Boomie, looking like a Lucian player from 2 years ago. Gets the dare on the corner. 3-0 from Boomie.
Convincing finish from Boomie, showing why he was one of the favorites coming into this tournament. Takes the 3-0 over Lil Cap.